What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. If you're new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we jump onto the charts, make sure you read what's up on the screen on this beautiful Wednesday, July 23rd. I gotta remember what day it is before I start these. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all here or anywhere else in my content. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, Bookmap, Code RDF, and others. Let me get this mic up nice and close to my mouth so we can have that nice boomy sound. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Wolf. Good morning, Andrew, Scott, Carmaine, Apps, and Scott again. Chat, what's up? Brian, what's going on? Good morning, chat. Good morning. Welcome back. Let's see what we can get rolling here. As we are opening up, ES is selling off nice and aggressively right back down to VWAP. Let me get this screen shared with you guys. Hang tight real quick. Looks like I'm about to take a... What's going on here? Wait a minute. Ah, there we go. We're back in action. What's up, guys? What's happening? Nervous energy. No, you don't want to be nervous coming into the open, man. It's the same market that it was yesterday. It's ever changing. That's all you have to really count on, right? So we are here on Top 1 Futures, looking at the Project X platform. Going to be trading some ES coming into NYSE Open, 9:31 a.m. Eastern Time, in about 20 seconds. We'll take a look at news at just a minute, but as you guys know, I like to get kicked off on the daily chart. Yeah, Bookmap looking a little heavy. No, we got orders of back up above, pretty heavy for 63.90. All right, let me not get too zoomed in there. Looking at the daily chart, we know what we've been looking at, right? Consolidation, sweeping down below, and then continuing to push to the upside on this daily chart. We swept down and put a little doji candle in. This is looking bullish right here. This little pin, looking pretty damn bullish, man. Bears at no point have really been able to take this thing lower with any real conviction. You know, we had a decently bearish looking bar right there on the daily. That's pretty bullish. That's a little bit bearish, a little bit sketchy, but really just a strong higher time frame movement out of these U.S. indices, especially looking at here specifically on ES, the current futures contract, ESU 2025. So overnight high, we've got obviously breaking above prior day high here. We are opening up well above yesterday's candle range. We are not above this high from Monday. This is the 21st, but we are above prior week's high down here at 63.61. Yes, excuse me. What is that number? 63.62, I believe. I'm getting some overlapping numbers. I'll zoom in. Overall, this is looking bullish. Big surprise. I've hopped on here pretty much every time and said, hey, this is looking pretty dang bullish. And I'm going to look for the same trades that I look for. Nice mean reversion style trades. I would prefer longs. Like yesterday, I almost bought the low by like 5 ticks. Worked out pretty nicely. I would prefer to be hitting the buy button rather than the sell button. But I will take, sweeps of key levels, sweeps of highs and lows, taps into liquidity, back to areas of high volume, especially around the open. As we drop down, I'm going to go down to the 15-minute, keep it zoomed out just so we can take a look at what's going on. Session changeover, we looked really bullish, right? Really bullish all the way, breaking up above this Monday high, putting the high for the week in up here at 63.76 3/4. That's what I have. That's what I got. I'm going to have to readjust this because this just got put in. So far, we are selling back off on this right back down to VWAP. Now, a couple things can happen here, obviously, right? We're going to go up or down. Big surprise. A couple things I could see happening potentially for the day. A pretty aggressive pullback, right? Maybe we are going to break out. Maybe we are going to move higher. Market is saying, hey, we're getting ready to run the highs. we've had a really strong bullish movement overnight. I could absolutely see a pullback down towards these 6350s. You could see the area of high volume. You could also see it from just standard price action and market structure. It's prior week high. It's prior day high. Key level down here around these 6350s to be tested. We got liquidity all the way down to that level. If I look at it on Bookmap as well, 130 sitting on the book down there, and then not much down below this 6350. I'm actually going to throw a little purple bar there the way I did yesterday, marking, designating an area of high liquidity that we might want to pay attention to. Big round psychological number, right around key levels. I could see a pullback down to this area and then maybe a bounce. Obviously, we could sell off. We can come right back down into this area consolidation. We can come back down below these lows. We could just, sell off to the bottom, right, if we wanted to. But first trade idea, framing it, if I'm real zoomed out here on the 15-minute, would be looking at a pullback right down to that 63.50 level. Pretty simple. I would love that for longs. I would definitely look to be trying longs off of that level. Just trying to make sure my live account is loaded up on the right-hand side, which it's not. All right, I'll have to come back to that. Taking a look at the upside here. Short and all-time highs. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I don't love doing it. I've gotten burnt a few times doing it, but I will take it if I have to the upside on a short play. Taking a look at MNQ real quick. Yeah, that looks like it paid me. That one definitely paid me. I got short. Shared this one in Discord without swapping between accounts too many times. What was my target on this one? I got short 23.273 up here, 23.273 and a half. That was my entry. Target was 23.213 for a max profit in a 50K with top one futures, $600. So it was short four micros. That one paid. Ran it into the open, decided not to take it off. Came back on me a little bit, got close back up here. This was would have been a stop at break even, actually right here, almost to the tick. We ain't going stop loss to break even no more, boys. But yeah, that one paid me. I've been taking some really simple mean reversion trades in pre-market, and they have really been working well. I'm going to keep running that play until it doesn't work and then readjust in large sample sizes. But I'm almost through a nice 20 trade sample size running that on MNQ. So I'll share those, right? I'll share those. Maybe we'll run some pre-market streams if it's working out. But I did post that in Discord at 7:40 this morning after Brian was showing long on YM. I'm always going to show you guys what my thought process is. I watched that. Brian's a hell of a trader. I know he's in here somewhere. I don't like fading anybody. I don't like those are two assets, two different instruments for sure. But you got to put your trades on as they come. That's where I'm going with that thought. So we can go up, we can go down. I'd love a pullback down into this area. 6350s being a really nice level to be watching to the downside. ES not looking nearly as weak as YM. That was a hell of a pullback here out of YM. Hell of a pullback out of YM. We'll see if we get some continuation right back up to the upside, just out of curiosity. Again, I'm not trading that really during the session outside of having to do something different in these 50K accounts. No overlapping trading. Yeah, we got right back down to VWAP to the tick. Finding some buyers here right off of this 9:30 a.m. time frame. 9:38. Going to stay patient. News-wise, we do have a little bit coming up at 10 a.m. I'll share this screen with you, forexfactory.com. We got existing home sales at 10 a.m. Orange folder, nothing too crazy. We'll see what that does for us. I believe tomorrow we got the main news of the week, unemployment claims at 8:30. But not too much out of this week, man. Really not too much. Next week we got a whole lot more. FOMC and NFP on Friday. So consolidation, choppy, rangy market conditions. I believe we could see that for the rest of the week. But so far, looking like we want to run for the hills, man. Looking strong. Strong. Let's see what you guys got going on. What's up, chat? What's up? App says, good morning. Have a great day all. Here, I'll throw you guys up on the screen. Good morning from Wolf. Afternoon from Andrew, another part of the world. Scott. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always. What's happening, guys? What's happening? Expecting a big move on YM today on Japan trade deal announced yesterday. Ooh, we're looking at YM. What in the world was that last drop on NQ? Just crazy volatility off the open, right, Wolf? I mean, that's like, you know, classic gnarly, insane movement. Insane movement. Good morning, guys. Good morning. F hitting that short button. I got a 35% win rate with a 0.5 win-loss ratio in the past 30 days. Yeah, dude. Again, you know, we zoom out. Brian, like, I'm with you. Brian closed YM before the open. And Y usually does the opposite of overnight, so wasn't willing to risk the open and RTA wiping out them gains. Yeah. And, you know, again, my thesis for trading NQ into the open or pre-market, let's say between like 5 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. or right into the open, the way I ran that one into the open today. The thesis there is if we are pushing below or above VWAP, we're trending above or below VWAP, we often get a move back to VWAP. It's also the inverse of whatever we did, right? I'm fading the move from Asia, London, right? If we have a move. If we're just chopping, sitting right at VWAP, there's no trade for me. But it's a very simple, similar to what I do here on ES at the open, very simple setup because I agree with that thesis, right, Brian? You know, kind of on the same page there. You know, it can easily go against you, right? Especially if you're running something into the open. Maybe that trend just prevails. If we're looking bullish, you're fading a bullish move. You know, we come into pre-market and we just pop even higher. But I run it with a pretty wide stop loss, wide take profit, right? Where you guys saw that, you know, 200 ticks, you know, on 5 micros. So, but yeah, those work out pretty nicely. Been paying decently. Very simple, very, very simple setup, and really a set it and forget it type of a deal. NQ's volatile, man. NQ's really volatile, and being a hyper scalper is pretty cool on it, or really widening out. If you're somewhere in between, I think you can get chopped up pretty easily. But I appreciate you guys hopping on. Yeah, we got not a lot of people today. Not a lot of people today. That's cool. I think it might be a good day to be on. Oh, what did I do here? I got feedback now. I think it might be a decent day to be on. We'll see. We'll have to wait a little bit. Maybe we can get some trading in first. But as you guys know, we got multiple 50K accounts to get given away here every week on the live stream. Shout out Top 1 Futures for supporting me, supporting you guys. We got 50K straight to funded accounts getting given away on the live stream. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, I'll throw the link in the chat. I believe it is pinned on YouTube. But there it is again. We got 45% off on Top 1 Futures, still running through the end of this week or the end of this month. I got to double check. 30% off the end of day trailing drawdowns. Code RDF, better than the email, the website, all that fun stuff. All of that fun stuff. Share this tab. Hump day, White Worse later. I've been up since 6 a.m. Scott's running it up early. Nice. Columbia, I'm having your coffee. First timer, go easy on me. What's up, Darren? What's happening? Welcome to the show. Yeah, we have fun here. We have fun, right? Answer trading questions. We yap. More than happy to have you guys in the free Discord. I was talking about that call out. Not a call out because the trade was already on. So, you know, I'm not calling it beforehand in that case. But yeah, Brian, that hit a TP. I didn't touch that one. If you take a look at where the stop and the target was from 7:30, 7:40 a.m., I didn't touch that. I left it on right into the open and it hit. So no complaints there. But if you guys want to hop in the free Discord, there's the link to the free Discord as well. 100% free trading Discord. No VIP feeder program, no course I'm trying to sell you, none of that fun stuff. I hang out here live on YouTube and Kick and X every damn day. 100% free. More than happy to have you guys on here with me. So let's see what we got. Yeah, man. These trades off of we're talking about a trade on MNQ. Here's the here's the thesis, right? Here's the thesis on this trade. I wake up, my alarm starts going off. Usually 5:30. We're pushing highs, right? We already swept above these highs from over here. This level of structure, just looking at a 1 minute chart. If I'm on a 15, I could also see, hey, we tapped into, a key level of structure, market structure, top end of this consolidation. What's the play? Short back to VWAP. Very simple, right? In this case, I was short for a crack down below VWAP all the way back down here. I think my target was 218 or something. No. What was my target on this? 213. Yeah, so it was quite a bit below his VWAP. But a move back down, right? I think into pre-market, we're either going to blast off from here, right, and continue, and then maybe sell off back down into the open, or we're going to do what we did today, just really blast lower, right? Kind of crank this thing down to the downside. Stop loss way out here was at 223, right? 323 all the way up here. Played out nicely. Nothing crazy. Really similar to how I trade ES right around here off the open, which is selling off really aggressively. Let's see if we selling off through VWAP pretty aggressively. Let's see if we can't get a return down here near the 6350s area that I am watching on Bookmap. And prior week high, prior day high, last level of liquidity that I got down here wouldn't be quite all the way down to this overnight low level, all the way down into the 40s, but I'll be looking at about a 10-point stop on this bad boy, running it long, maybe even a little bit wider today, Heavy liquidity up above. We don't have a real negative cumulative volume delta. I don't know that we come down here. I really don't know that we come all the way down here, but like yesterday, I'm waiting on an aggressive move, right? This might be all we do, and we kind of pop right back up to VWAP here. Buyers start stepping in. We just get close to that level, maybe 6 points off my entry area, but I got to wait for my level. My level's down here. If we swept prior week high, prior day high, we don't quite hit the 50s, but we start to get a gnarly reaction out of this area, I would take it long. I'm not going to need a sweep of these 50s. I'm not going to be dead set on waiting for that, but at least down into the low 50s. Not from up here, right? I just don't have a good risk structure. I don't want a stop loss right here. I want an entry down here with a stop loss way down here, right? Because if we sell off all the way through this, I'm definitely wrong on my thesis. We may bounce from even lower, right? I may have to take the stop out before we bounce, but I think we are, much more likely to start selling off really aggressively. That would be a massive movement. Not a massive movement, but a rather large movement. So that would really be telling me I'm wrong. So looking around these 50s long, again, real simple. Key levels of market structure, price action, volume, levels of liquidity. Very simple. Buy a dip. It's not rocket science what you see me do on here. If you want that, this is probably the wrong channel for you. Spent a lot of time early on in my trading career overcomplicating things, trying to sound like the smartest person in the room. It was really impressive sounding to everybody. That didn't help me. It only hurt me. Never helped me. So let's see what we get here. Let's see what we get out of these markets. Yeah, this this might be all we need to do here before we pop right back up through VWAP. This could be the buying opportunity for me. I gotta wait for it. This is just not my setup. Right back through VWAP, but I think there'll be plenty of traders that look to take this. Right, we start to come back through VWAP and close above. That would be indicating a pretty decent upside move here. So I could see the long play setting up, from up here. It's just not going to be my play. I'd rather go no trade in the middle of this than be long here, stopped out on a pullback to my area that I'm waiting for, and then we continue to the upside. I want this one from the extremes. So that's going to be my my trade thesis so far. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always. Yeah, man, you got some light viewers today. I don't know. You guys must be sleeping. It's funny. It's like I don't know. I don't think it's on. I don't think it's on my end because I see it across like obviously I work with a lot of different guys. I see it across other people's streams and views and stuff. I don't know. Like different times of the week, different times of the year. Seems like everybody just kind of like takes off and goes and hangs out and does something. Everything gets real quiet. It's funny. Let's see. Back down towards these lows. We will see what we got. We'll see what we got here. Might as well just get the giveaway out of the way, innit? You're definitely from the UK with the in it. No, I don't think so. I think we're gonna hang out a little bit, Kingpin. But I can appreciate the way that you asked that, Scott. I used to be good at this. Like I said, I've been searching for consistency for years. You get the crown. Yeah, man, this game is tough. Finding buyers off these lows, man. Not wanting to drive lower just yet. Yeah, man. The CVD is growing now. We're not really finding sellers here, guys. This might be the low end of this range that we're gonna put in, and we start to chop. Again, I like the longs even more now if we crack down lower, just by the way that this is really being held up. But I don't know that we do that. This might be the low end of this range, but I don't have any of my levels hit. I have a lot of discretion that I apply in my trading. If you're new here, I'm very discretionary with entries. I'm much more solid with trade management these days. Yeah, this does not look like we want to crack lower. But again, that's okay, right? You got to have some parameters to apply some consistency, even if you use discretion and intuition, in my humble opinion. Otherwise, you're just acting completely randomly on like 100% gut feel with no discipline or patience. So for me, at the very least, I'm creating some if-then statements. If this happens, here's how I'll react. If we come lower past prior week, prior day high, I have the okay for a long. I'm interested around that 63.50. We might not get there. We got orders at the 55s coming up sooner. I want to see what happens when we get down here, right? So I could go for an aggressive entry, like as we're cracking through the 50s, right? Like a long right as we're selling off. Or maybe we get down there and we have buyers really start to step back in, and I'm buying, 5-8 points higher as we're coming back up. But again, if we don't do that, if we just turn to the upside from here and, rip our face off and we go trade 63.80, I don't go, oh man, see, you missed a trade, you missed an opportunity, the market was moving and you were just, hanging out. Like, no, right? I didn't get what I needed for my entry. So that's how you build confidence. That's how you build clarity within your trading. What the hell do you need to see on the chart to happen to get you in? That don't happen? Why are you in the market, right? Discretion can be applied in the way that I just described, right? For my specific entry, if you want to. You can apply more or less than that, right? You can apply none if you want to. But that's the thought process. I try to talk through that stuff because if I watch this bounce, which, you know, I'm feeling that like I'd like to get long right now, right? You know, just to get long because maybe we bounce here and I don't want to miss this movement, but it's not a setup for me. It's just not a setup for me. Let's see. I'm the Viking man with the crown. You guys are fighting for the crown on YouTube. Yeah, if you guys don't know, there's a ranking system that YouTube added automatically where the people that talk the most in the chat get ranking systems. Wolf's got the crown right now. We got Brian in second and Scott in third. That's funny. It's really funny. YM just falling like a knife. Oof. Might have to go back to graveyard shifts. Oh, man. Just need some moving candlesticks on the chart for an entry. Same. No better yapper than me. Buy my YM back under this VWAP. Okay. Yeah, let's look at YM for you guys. I'm watching this start to sell off. We'll take a quick look at YM. Again, not something I watch. I don't watch market correlations. It's not really how I play the market, but yeah, I mean, these aren't too far off, right? NQ sold off pretty heavy. ES sold off. YM sold off down below VWAP. What's NQ doing? Yeah, NQ looking. Jeez, pretty weak here. Trying to find some buyers, though. Yeah, these aren't all too far off each other, guys. I'm looking for one more dip lower out of ES, and I'm going to look to long it. Now, the bottom can fall out, right? Kind of like yesterday. Bought off that area, the 20s, somewhere down there. Played out pretty damn nicely. But that doesn't have to happen, right? You know, the bottom can fall out down here. I got long down here, I think at 21 and something, 21 and a quarter, 21 and a half. That doesn't have to happen where we just, you know, get a bottom in. You can absolutely start selling off. Ooh, there we go, as I'm talking. All right, let's focus up here. That was a sweep down to those 55s. Buyer stepping back in. I don't know, guys. This looks kind of good. This looks kind of tasty for a long. Gonna give it a second down here. Some pretty decent volume on that candle. Second highest volume traded. Yeah, we're still selling off for the time being, but I think this might get bought right back up. Let's see. Or I get my face ripped off. But I'm more than happy, like I talked about, I'm more than happy to hit the buy button these days, man. Like you know, a couple of you were saying in the chat, data is just showing smashing the sell button in a uptrend, a market that is just breaking, you know, all-time highs is a tough play. I don't mind this from up here. I don't know that we hit the 50s. CBD jumping right back up. Didn't sweep prior day high. That's the only thing that's keeping me out of this one at the moment. Didn't sweep prior day high here. I would have really liked to at least see that. Like I said, low 50s, and then maybe on the way back up. I think I got to give this another minute here. I will miss a movement, not an entry. I will miss a movement here if we do start to get bought right back up, which we might. Coming in some liquidity right above price here, 63.57.5 on ES. Yeah, I'd end up with a stop right below these 50s, and that would be kind of painful. It would be kind of painful if I took the stop on that one. I'd have to run it a little bit wider. Eyeballing along here, guys. I don't mean to get quiet on you. We've got 250 lots on the book right at like the 58s, 57 and 3/4, 58s. It looks like we want to go and crack through. So I don't know that we come and fill more liquidity to the downside. It's a pretty strong CVD. Like we don't have a ton of sell volume. Reading CVD the way that I do. We could get one more wick down to those 50s, which is just what I'm cautious of. I'd love a better entry down there, but I might be missing this one if I wait. There we go. There we go. That's why we wait. Okay, now we swept prior day high. Do we come right back up on that? Or do we go and hit the 50s? Come on. Now we're dropping off a little bit. Let's see. Let's see if we want to go grab the 50s. Nice orders up above price at 63.81. No, starting to jump back up on this one.
Order filled.
I'm going to try this long from down here, guys. I'm going to try this long. I got my sweep of the prior day high. Like I said, I wasn't going to have to wait for these 50s to get hit. I got a stop loss down below this level. We crack through the 50s, come all the way down and trade into the mid 40s. I'm out. I think we're going back through overnight low. We had buyers start to step in there right after a sweep of prior day high. So let's see if we can't run this back up towards VWAP. I am long one from 63.56. See if we can't start to get buyers to step back in on this. We do have those 50s on the book down there, which could be dangerous, but stop loss down below that level would allow it to come a little bit lower. But I want to see buyers step in right here off of a sweep of this prior day high level, all the way back up towards VWAP. We got orders now at the 70s. We got orders at the 385s. A big stack of orders up there. So I really would like to see that thing go. If not, I'm taking a stop for 500. Right? That's my play, and I'm sticking to it. See if we can't get buyers off these levels down here. But let's see what you guys say. Nice. YM and NQ are always negating each other. Sometimes. YM long was a good shout. Scott sitting on his hands. Yeah, this could get dicey, right, guys? We're running a similar play to yesterday. This could absolutely sell off really aggressively. We do have overnight low all the way down here. We got another level of high volume, area of high volume down here. We could be coming all the way back down on this before even a move further up. I like this one long. I waited for my area to be hit. Simple, after that 9:45 time frame, it's fitting the bill for me. Now it's in the market's hands, right? Either plays out or it doesn't. I don't know. I don't need to know which trade is going to work out. I don't place too much importance on any one trade. Large sample size, right? In that Mark Douglas thesis, you think, and Tom Hogarth and kind of all those guys that work on mindset, learn to think of your trading in a series of trades, right? Series of trades. Let's see. Brian's long, YM, nice. Looking for new high of day, awesome. Data, oh yeah, I forgot about that. We had 10 a.m. Whoops. Look at that. Thank you, Andrew. We had 10 a.m. Orange folder news coming in. Nothing too crazy. It also shows down here on Project X. Nothing too crazy out of that one, but yeah, thanks for reminding us there. Looking for buys above. Nice. You guys are trading YM. Very nice. Very nice. Guys are trading Dow. Yeah, I used to trade Dow quite a bit. So let's see what the market's got for me. We got a W coming up, or we got an L. We will find out here live together. If you guys are new, you hopped on the stream late, you haven't been on the stream before, just so you know a little bit about me. Been in the markets for about 6 years. I don't claim to be the best trader. Been trading live here for over a year, putting all my stuff out so you guys can go back through and watch and decide this stuff for yourself. But I don't claim to be the best trader. I don't claim to have it all figured out. Certainly neither of those two. No crazy live P&L, leaderboard, award, none of that stuff. Just a regular idiot looking to turn a profit in the market, showing you what real trading looks like for me. Wins, losses, winning streaks, losing streaks, blow-ups, good trades, triumphs, heartbreaks, stopped out by a tick, take profit, missed by a tick, all of these things, right? Live for free. If that's what you're looking for here on YouTube or Kick or X, wherever you are, more than happy to have you on. I stream here 9:30 a.m. for NYSE Open almost every single day. Going to try to start mixing in some pre-market streams. But if you're looking for some magic strategy, the best trader in the world, somebody that has it all figured out, I'm not that guy. I'll be more than happy to be the first person to tell you. Maybe one day, probably not. It's not the mindset that I subscribe to, but more than happy to have you in my free Discord or here hanging out with me live on these sessions. Let's see. Yeah, reading chat. I'll throw the banner back up here. If you guys want to check out the firm that I am trading with right here, remember, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I stand to make money from codes and links in my content. This is Top 1 Futures. Code RDF gets you the best deal, 45% off the the intraday trailing drawdown accounts, the ones that I'm trading right here. 30% off the end of day trailing drawdown accounts, the ones that I really like, which are pretty sweet. Instant funded, no challenge, no evaluation, directly into a funded account. No wasting time, failing challenges, or any of that stuff. Let's see what we got. Kingpin, I need ES below 350s to consider going long. There you go. Yep. Was looking at that 350 level. We'll see if we need to tap that or if we're going to get some reaction. Not a bad entry so far. We'll see if we continue. I want to see this back up through VWAP. That's really what I want to see on this. We come back down. We dance around the 50s. Could be a stop, right? That's not enough for me to grab profit on. I need to see this bad boy back up towards VWAP. I'd be looking into the 70s would be really sweet. We got quite a bit of liquidity up there, 63.70, and then a lot on the book at 63.85. We're back to a pretty flat CVD, which I like. But again, this could just be the pullback before we blast lower, right? Gonna have to find out. Gonna have to find out live. Put the risk on, let the trade play out. That's all we can do. This is home sales, nothing major. Yeah. Morning. Short since the 74. Nice. Nathan came in like a bear today. Classic. Like me. Come back to the light side. Yeah, trading YM, man. Trading YM is interesting. I traded a lot of US 30 as the CFD with Forex prop firms, and I had a lot of experience trading US 30 YM really more than anything else when I came to futures. But I think I'm going to the really dark side. Ask me why? I don't know. Trading NQ again. MNQ for pre-market. That's really just a byproduct of not trading the same instrument in different accounts with prop firms and having them overlap, which is a big no-no, obviously, right? But that's working out okay. Probably not going to be for long. We'll see. NQ always seems to punish me somehow. Kobe Clark, what's up, dude? Good morning. Hope all is well. Nice. Nathan got short off the 74s. Beautiful trade, dude. Beautiful trade. Awesome. Yeah, I was short NQ into the open. MNQ. Short MNQ into the open. That paid me nicely. We'll see what we get out of this. Welcome to the Perma Bear Club. 400. Took a small piece. Long. Bounce after rejection. Nice, dude. Very nice. Don't push it, brother. I know you're I know you're in the XFAs. You're nice and green, man. That's a nice day. Nothing wrong with that. Nice base hits. Let's see. We got some momentum coming out of this area. Showing me 225. I really would like to see this VWAP get taken. We'll turn this into a nice trade here, guys. I'd really like to see this. We don't have a ton of buyers looking like they're stepping in, not an insane amount, but this doesn't look bad off of these lows. Here we go. VWAP could be a problem right above this high, these low 60s. That could definitely be a problem. This area could be a problem, right? We're coming through a low volume area. If I zoom out, you can see this even clearer. I want to see a return all the way up here. That would be really sweet, but we might not get that. So, the higher probability win would be to just take the win right here. I'm going to hang on to this one. I think, if you got long on something like this, not that any of my trades are made to be signals or to be copied, you'd be copying an idiot on YouTube. That would be a really silly thing to do. I definitely wouldn't recommend. But there's a case to be made to take that one off right here, right at 225 times 7 and just, call it a W. I want to make this one a little bit more worth it. My thesis is that we continue back up towards the 70s, if not all the way back up where we have quite a bit of liquidity. But we got 150 at 63.70 that's sitting on the book there. I'd love to see a crack up there. We are not bad to the 65s looking on BookMap. Like we got orders, but we still have the 155 on the book down here at 63.50. We got another 100 down below that. This could quickly continue to the downside, right? We are bearish looking overall for NYSE session. But I'm looking for this to continue the upside. So those are my reasons for not taking this off here, just taking a quick W. If I'm going to hold my losers all the way to a stop loss, I got to be ready to hold my winners all the way to a nice W or a stop loss, right? No stop loss to break even. That's my play. Reviewing my data, just talking about trade management, which can be oh so difficult to do. I just posted a video on YouTube, if you want to watch it, of 2 trades that were beautiful entries that I took break evens on that would have been awesome W's, right? In these accounts. But one thing that I've noticed in attempting to work with an intraday trailing drawdown, which are on these accounts, it's difficult to work with, I've really choked up. I've really drug stop loss into profit. Like on this trade, I probably would have been already stopped out for not a lot of money. And I've held all the way to stop losses, right? So there's a balance. I think dragging stop loss into profit can be great. I think dragging stop loss to break even can be great. All these things trailing behind price, all that can be good. Can be great. Within reason. Because if I drag so aggressively that every time it starts to move in my favor by $200, I take a $150 winner. And every time it moves against me, I take a full $500 loss. I end up with a terribly negative risk to reward, probably a high win rate. And over time, a couple losses are going to wipe out, profit and bring me back to drawdown, which is exactly what happened in these accounts. So it's a trade management deal, right? You have to decide based on your data, right? When I put these trades on, what do I find happens more often than not, right? I find if I drag into profit the way that I was very quickly, very aggressively, I take a bunch of wins, beautiful green, P&Ls, and then when I hit a couple losses, it wipes out everything that I had. And the trades that I stop myself out for small profit, a lot of them, enough to make me not want to do it, continue in my direction, right? So that's just reviewing data. Trade management, I think, is really just reviewing data. What is working? What's not working? What does your data show that you should be doing, right? Do more of that. Is it going to work every trade? No. Is it going to be perfect every single day? No, that's not the goal, right? But in a large sample size of trades, at a minimum 20 or 30 trades, when you go back and review, where you stop to break even on every one and then they continued in profit, or where you stop to break even and they continue to your stop loss? What was the offset of that? How many continued in profit? How many continued to stop loss, right? If you drag into profit and you're stopped out in profit, how many of those continue in the direction of your trade versus come all the way back down to where your stop loss is? Are you helping you or hurting yourself with trade management? I don't believe there's one size fits all. Depends on your entries, depends on your style, your personality, the type of account you're trading, right? Maybe you're just in a regular live account with no intraday trailing drawdown or any drawdown at all outside of the account. Run your trades all day, hold them overnight if you want. All of these things are important. So we'll see what we got. Nate says shorts are def continuing. I don't know, Nathan. I'm long. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Hopefully not for my case, but that's just part of it, right? Not going to be right every day. Probably not even close to it. Hopefully maybe around half or more of the time. We'll see. They're rating our content. YouTube loves me. What happened on YouTube? I'll have to look. I got 4 and the money. Grab with both hands. Boomer trade. Nice. YouTube's weird. I've been yapping over 40 minutes. Nathan comes in 5 minutes ago and swoops the crown. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not working, that top fans thing. Definitely not working. It's showing everybody with 75 XP and then a couple with 25. So that's definitely not working. I don't know what's up with that. Don't know what's up with that. Let's see. Read through some of this. Use the close button instead of the reverse button. That's funny. My longs on NQ got stopped out. That's my sign to be done for the day. Yeah, lock it up. Lock it up, man. Definitely lock it up if that's it. If you hit, what's your limit, right? What is your limit? You got to have a downside limit. If you don't have one, the whole account is the limit, right? So lock it up, brother. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Controlling the small red day. Fun to watch. And so we're gonna see if this thing starts to pop. Not looking terrible. Not looking terrible. Trying to fight off of these lows here. Buyers really haven't let it come down again. This is looking nice if we can get back above this high. Come trade through the 60s. I think we might get that drive higher. We come back down on this and break out lower, gonna look bad, right? So we're consolidating here. Decision-making time. This is how it starts to happen, right? If we just chop for forever, it's kind of like, well, we might break at any time. This looks like decision-making time, right? Sellers had a chance on volume to take it lower, all the way back down. Buyers stepped right back in and are now overpowering them to the upside. Could be intraday noise where we just start to chop around and dance around and not do anything, but just reading low time frame price action market structure, this looks like we want to try to move back up to the upside. We do have our initial balance coming up. This is going to be the low. Dicey to be long, above that on a day where we put that one in second. I take note of that as well. Yeah, I like the 70s on this. It would be through VWAP, way back up into the middle ground of that. It would generate a really nice trade. I like the 70s on this. Again, longer you keep trades open, I'll note this as well. Usually when I say this, it happens, but I'll note this as well. Anything can happen. We're in headline markets, right? Trump tweets something on Truth Social. Somebody says tariffs. Like, the market can rip in any direction at any time. We got comments about Jerome Powell. Yesterday everybody said he was stepping down, and then that was kind of like fake news. So, the longer you run trades like this, the more risk you are, exposed to the markets, the more risk you are for a huge candle coming in and wicking to the downside, maybe wicking to the upside in your favor. It's worth recognizing in these markets. And you have to have your stop loss in and be comfortable getting slipped on that a little bit, whatever this level is. So that's the other thing to note while we're trading through these crazy markets. What's up, brother? What's your entry signal? Just rewind the video. You can go back and watch me take this one, and I explain it in detail. Probably easier than me going back through and trying to tell you what I was looking for. Just watch it happen in real time. You can just rewind. YouTube lets you rewind. I don't have it on like it has to be live only. Some people do that. Positive day, locked up. Nice. Speaking of trade management, I stopped blowing accounts when I started treating drawdown limits as actual account sizes. Yeah. Drawdown max loss limits is the account. That's your account size, right? If you think about having a live account, If you put $10,000 into account, how much do you have to trade with? $10,000. If you buy a 50K account, for example, from a prop firm, let's say 150K, you don't have $150,000 to trade with. You have the purchasing power maybe of $150,000, not even. You have a $4,500 account, because if you get if you get into drawdown of $4,500 or more, you lose the account. That's what you have. That's what you're working with. So if you had $4,500, if you actually wanted to trade the account with some respect and attempt to work slowly towards payouts and not just rip through accounts in the way that a lot of traders do, you might want to do your risk management off of that $4,500, right? If you had a $4,500 live account, how would you treat that? Would you risk $4,500 on day one? I don't know, maybe not. Obviously the price of the account is your actual investment into that, which is a lot less. But it's something to think about, something to think about. For sure. Watching Bookmap over on the side here. Yeah, chopping around. Not too much action out of this bad boy. Looked like buyers wanted to try it there. Would have really liked to see this continue. A dip down here one more time wouldn't be the end of the world. Maybe even just a sweep and then a continuation. But we come down and crack these lows. It's going to look a little dicey. Going to look like the 50s are going to be in store. And it could look a little dicey for us. So I'm hanging out long. Again, nothing for me to do really until I'm closing this trade. That's it. Maybe as we get really far into profit, if we started to rocket to the upside on some crazy volatility, drag stop loss up really quickly, try to prevent a crazy wick back and forth. But I want to see this thing continue. I would have loved to see CBD really climb on this, which we haven't done. Really haven't seen like an increase in volume on this move to the upside. Again, VWAP could be a problem. Could definitely be a problem to be holding through VWAP. It's a dicey play to do that. But we're going to see what we get out of this one. Going to see what we get out of this bad boy. Here we go. Going to come back up and try these highs. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we going to do here, ES. What do you got for me today? Let's see. Hanging out watching this market really not get too much momentum. I'd love to see that break up above VWAP nice and aggressively. I don't know that we get it. Oh, let's see. Oh, my second trade of the day. Brother in green locked up. Nathan, range market, a lot of opportunities today. Oh, I guess you guys talking to yourself in the chat. Big thanks to Zach for always reinforcing trade management. That used to be my biggest pitfall, but keeping that front and center helps me grounded and profitable. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, man. It's a great comment out of apps here. Here's what I learned, right? Almost all the focus is placed on when to actually press the buy or sell button and what direction to go, right? What's the market going to do? What indicators are we going to use, right, to take this trade? What happens after you put the trade on is equal to, if not more important, than what happens before you put the trade on. You can be right on almost every damn trade and mismanage it so you lose money over time, right? Watching this push to the upside, brother. Let me just see if we can get a W out of this bad boy. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. We got some volume on that. We got some nice volume on that. Can we go and crack VWAP on this? Again, I like the 70s. I could be a little bit less aggressive than that. Here we are back to VWAP. I got to see at least the 65s get grabbed. At least the 65s. We got 182 on the book up there. We could turn on a dime right from VWAP, in which case I'm okay. Here's your if-then statements, right, with trade management. Am I okay right here letting this come all the way back on me, right? Am I okay right now not closing the trade out? If yes, don't do anything. If no, close the trade out. For me, answer is if yes. Answer is yes. I like the way this is moving outside of this. I want to see us come through this area of low volume and push to the upside. Not bad to see $300 on a P&L, but I'm risking 5, and I would really like to see this continue all the way up. Grab the 65, 70s, right? I've been paying more and more attention to my trade management, just what we're talking about. And you got to stick to your guns, right? You're not going to be right every day. But if every trade gets to $250 and I close out and every losing trade is $500, you have to recognize you're never going to catch a big trade. You're never going to catch the move on the upside because you're always going to be clipping your winners early and holding on to your losers, right? So how do you do that? What will you have to have happen on the way to holding on to bigger winners? You're going to have trades that get to 250 that come all the way back on you. Trump sneezes right now or says tariff, and this just dumps, right? That's the risk that you run. So, I think that can be helpful to think about, because what happens is traders don't think about that. They get pissed off. They get into a habit of maybe mismanaging trades, doing things wrong, closing things early, or they get pissed off when they take a $500 loss after being in profit and they go, oh man, the market's out to get me, full port, YOLO, whatever it is. Accept the risk that you have on, right? And my risk right now is this $300 in profit, unrealized, and the $500 of loss. That's what I'm risking on this. Thesis being that we continue to that area that I'm watching, man. 65s. Go and crack VWAP. I don't need a whole lot more on this, but go and crack VWAP. 65, 70s look good, man. Sellers did not want to take this thing lower. We can certainly chop. We can certainly just aggressively sell off through the lows on this bad boy. That could absolutely be in store for today, but I'm going to hang on to this one. I need to let these be larger winners. Or losses, full losses or full winners. But the half profit shit is not really helping not really doing too much for my day, right? So 65s would not be bad. Definitely wouldn't be bad to get a crack to the upside on that. I'd look to take it. Otherwise, come back down and stop me out. That's what I'm in for today. Nathan, it happens a green day. Yeah. Oh, thanks everybody. Yeah. Don't know if Uncle Trump got his flu shot this weekend. Be careful, people. This year. I'm red, but should be locked up. Lock it up, Scott. If you should be locked up, then lock it up, right? What's your limit? What's your downside limit? Most of these accounts have consistency rules. You can't pull crazy movements, even if you're in a live account. Never mind that. If you're in a live account, man, what's your downside limit? What are you comfortable risking per day? What are you comfortable risking per trade? You should know what those numbers are. Those should be non-negotiable. You can be dynamic in risk management, but if you don't have a limit for yourself on the day, the whole account is the limit. That's the answer, right? If you do have a limit, put things in place to help lock you up. Make it easy for yourself. Set the lockout parameters on Project X. Liquidate and block, right? Nice and easy. What you got for me up here, ES? There we go. There we go. Can we go and crack? We got liquidity at like 66. Nice. Let's see. Can we get a little bit of follow through on this bad boy? Or are we just going to pop up here and get a reversal going? Let's see. VWAP, always a key spot on the chart. We tried, chat. We really tried that one. 66 is 185 on the book, up at 63.66. Yeah, I still want to see the move to the next area of high volume. I still want to see us come back up here. You know, we're testing a low from this market, pre-market, top end of this consolidation. This might be all we have to do before we reverse, but it's almost, but it's not enough for me. Still not there. Not to the take profit area. Nothing to do. $10:30, we're hanging out, running this trade in profit. Appreciate you guys hopping on. As always, you know the drill. 100% free trading Discord. More than happy to have you guys in there. We also have live trading here almost every damn day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Gnarly rejection off of VWAP. 50K accounts. We got them to get given away. Guess what, guys? You hung out with me for a while here. We're going to watch to see if this trade is going to turn out to be a winner or loser. I'm definitely going to hang on to it now that it came all the way back down to that area of high volume. Let's see if sellers take it lower, if we just completely watch the floor drop out on this one, or if we can get some continuation up near the 70s, even higher. But guess what? In the meantime, you know what time it is? Hit the like button. We got an account to get given away here. I'll take a look at the live session. Today is one of them. Take a look at the live on YouTube. We're going to need, I'm going to set a goal because we're going to hang out on here. I'm going to need 40 likes out of y'all. I'm going to need at least 40 likes. We got 107 people that cycled on and off. Got 36, 38. We got people hopping on and off YouTube. Going to need 40 likes on the live stream. We will drop a 50K account. Let me go ahead and set that banner up. Come back to the trade that's running in profit. Very simple. 40 likes. We're getting somebody funded with a 50K instant funded account. Smash the like button. If you're on another platform, I will count it from whatever platform you're on. We'll make it nice and easy for you guys. But happy to be doing these giveaways. Shout out Top One Futures for supporting me, supporting you guys. We got one to get given away today. You guys have been on the stream all week. It's Wednesday. We got the first one of the week. Happy to be getting people funded on these. So, we'll chill out. No rush. You guys want to drop it? You know what to do. Smash the like button. Smash subscribe if you want to catch more of these giveaways on here. But we'll see if we can't get these likes up and get a giveaway rolling. In the meantime, we'll see if we can't get some buyers up here into the 70s. Let's see. If I'm reading CVD, it dropped off on that move and did not come back up. I really don't like the way that looks at all, if I'm being honest. Don't like the way that looks at all. Right? You can mark this with a timestamp and see where we go from here. I do not like the way that looks. We can go back and take a look at it. That move from 10:30, we popped up really on a CVD divergence, cumulative volume delta. We dropped off really aggressively on that selling volume, and we're continuing to drop off on CVD. So this looks like we're coming back down for the time being. Looks like we are going to come back down. But again, this was one that I wanted to hold on for longer. The thesis was we were going to get back up above VWAP and get a nice movement to the upside. Go and take out liquidity up there. Again, made the conscious decision multiple times not to close it in profit. and allow it to come all the way back down on me if it has to come all the way back down on me, right? Close to a 1-to-1, but not there. Yep. Did not like the way that this looked right here. That looked good from price action, on a price action perspective. But looking at this on a cumulative volume delta with order flow, this looked like trash right here. We'll see. We'll see, right? For me, for trade management, again, it's pretty damn specific. There's not a whole lot of input. I'm finding that I've got to trust my data, and having too many inputs, not helping me. I have to let trades like this come into profit and come all the way back down on me. There'll be a time, maybe when these accounts are at a certain point with an intraday trailing drawdown, where I got to be cautious doing what I'm doing right now, but not right now. Not right now. So let's see where we're at. You guys are at 30 likes. You got to hit that like button a couple more times. Oh, no, you're at 38 likes. There we go. Hit the like button if you want this one to drop. Like I said, 40 likes. We'll get this giveaway rolling. We got a 50K straight to funded account to get given away from Top 1 Futures. Once we get 40 likes, over 40 likes, form will drop in the chat. Give you guys about 15, 20 minutes to get it filled out. No crazy pressure. But in the meantime, let me get the form ready to roll. Let's get the giveaway form ready to roll. There you go. Smashing a whole bunch of hundreds. Let's see. Hang tight, guys. Let's see. Get you guys ready to roll. Yeah, this looks like trash. Couldn't get continuation off of VWAP. Again, dangerous spot to be holding through, but that was part of the thesis on this one. So this looks like it's going to be a frustrating right back down to the 50s. No continuation through VWAP. I think on another day we go and grab those 70s and continue right up. Not today. At least not yet. Let's see what you guys did so far. There we go. 40 likes. Let's go. Let's see what we got. We got the giveaway form live in the chat. Go ahead and get that one filled out if you would like. I'm going to go ahead and pin it. Giveaway form is live. This is for a straight to funded Sim Pro 50K account from Top 1 Futures. No purchase necessary. I'm going to throw it for you boys in X as well, you boys and girls. Boom. There it is. There it is, kids. Go ahead and get that one filled out. I'll give you guys about, let's say 15 minutes. Let's say 10:45. Oh, no, that's not 15 minutes. Let's say 10:50. 10:50 a.m. Eastern. We'll clip the end of that. And you guys will be able to pick the number, and we'll get rolling. We're back. Lost you? Yeah. Let's see. Let's go. Lost 200. Yeah, it's manageable. Part of the game, right? Randy, what's up? Hit the like button on the video. Thank you, Emmanuel. Nearing the 40. Let's go. Like, share, subs, ring the bell. There you go. Zach, with a 50K account, is it good to trade ES or only MES? Yeah, it's up to you, man. It's up to the individual. If you want to trade ES, trade ES. If you want to trade MES, trade MES. You know, people, I think people focus too heavily on that. For the most part, MES, for the most part, micros, right? Especially on the smaller account sizes. It just gives you a more flexible way to structure risk and size down. I think for a 50K account, micros are probably going to be better. You're probably not going to want to trade minis. And if you do, maybe you're only going to give yourself a tight stop loss. But it also depends on your approach, right? What's the strategy? Are you scalping really aggressively? You're going with heavy size and tight stop losses? Or are you, day trading, halfway swing trading, and you're running trades for 12 hours? What does that look like? For whatever your strategy is, the stop loss has to go wherever it needs to go. And then how much you want that stop loss to be worth is up to you. Can you do that with minis, or do you need to go to micros? That's the answer right there. You don't need to focus on that question first. You should focus on how much do I want to risk per trade? Where does my stop loss have to go? What instrument should I use to achieve that? Micro or mini? That's it. Simple as that. Dean, what's up? Hi, everybody. Scott, how you doing? Waiting for YM entry? Yeah, we read through these. All right, we got numbers getting rolling in the chat. If you guys know what's going on right now, we got giveaway time. It is almost giveaway time. We have these every week on the live stream. More than happy to get them done with you guys. Again, shout out Top 1 Futures. I'll throw the link in the chat one more time for y'all. 45% off right now with code RDF of Top 1 Futures if you want to check it out. Link is in the chat. Boom. Oh, not 545. Don't fill the form out more than one time. Quick disclaimer. Don't be an idiot. Don't fill the form out more than one time. Don't use your mom's and your grandma's and your sister's and your brother's email. You're only going to get banned. I'm going to make sure you never win if you do that. Don't do that. And go ahead and pick a number. Pick a number probably like 1 through 40, 1 through 50, or 2 through 40, 2 through 50, correction. Pick one of those numbers and only pick one. Don't spam it. It's not guess the number where you spam it 1,000 times. If you pick your number and you win, so you need to hit both. If you win, your name comes up on the giveaway, and you pick the number that you are actually at for your spot whenever, that happens randomly, you win a bonus cash giveaway. Colby was the only one to win that so far, but he did win the bonus cash giveaway. So if you win and you pick your number, not only do you get funded with the account, you get a bonus cash giveaway. It's a hard one to do. I haven't thought of something else to do yet. But yeah, go ahead and guys, pick your favorite number, and we'll get this one rolling. But I'm gonna give you till about like I said, 10:50, about 8 more minutes. I won't drag it too long. Forums in the chat, forums everywhere, should be on all platforms. If you guys don't see it, somebody tell me you don't see it. Let's see. While we're waiting, we can come back to the trade. Still running in profit. Not dead yet. Never say die. We got a bunch of numbers in the chat. Yeah, you guys keep doing your thing. I will be right back. I'll be right back. Back in action with you guys here. Let's see what we got rolling. Yeah, we got some entries rolling in. You know what time it is, guys? Giveaway time. So get the entries in. Yeah, about 4 more minutes. We'll run this. I'll start getting it set up. Trade is still chopping around. ES can't decide what it wants to do. Can't decide what it wants to do. Let's see. Looks like you guys did pretty good. I don't think anybody filled it out 47 times. Remember, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. Everybody play nice. All right, let's see what we got. You guys got a whole bunch of numbers, a whole bunch of numbers in the chat. Train with Luan. Which one do you want, 9 or 6? You guys get to pick one number. One number. Okay, you went with 6. There you go. One number, guys. Pick your favorite. You can pick the same number as somebody else. I can see we let 23 is a hot one today. We got a bunch of 23s. Let's see. I'll give you the high end of this form so everybody gets a fair chance. We're at 34 so far. 34. So if you picked a number above 34 and you want to pick a number at 34 or less, go ahead and do that. All right. Let's go ahead and get ready to get this rolling. Oh, random number generator getting loaded up. Get someone funded here. Yeah, somebody let me know if ES starts to blast off. If it sells off, I'm not doing anything. If it starts to blast off, I gotta come off of this 47 screens with random number generators and giveaway numbers. Hang on one second. All right, yeah, we're trading 63.60 and a quarter in profit. We're only 3 points, 4 points off the high end of this move, so we're gonna run this bad boy. But let's get this ready to get loaded up. We got random number generator in the chat. Excuse me. Got numbers in the chat. Let's see. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Going to give you guys 2 more minutes, 10:50 a.m. Eastern, and I will close out the form. Go ahead and do your worst. Get the form filled out. If you want to, you don't have to do anything at all. Free means free. Let's see what we got. Yeah, you can have the same number. I already have 34. Get another. You guys can have the same number. You guys are funny. You can have the same number as somebody else. You can only pick one number, and that's your number, right? So there's only one person, for example, that's in spot 23, right? When I jumble this around. If you pick 23, and you win, you would win that. So you guys are funny though. Let's get another number. All right. Coming up on 10:50, last chances, guys. Get the form filled out. Form is pinned in the chat. It's on X. It's on Kick. It's everywhere. Go ahead and get that one filled out. I'll give you guys another minute here, and we will pick out somebody to get funded with a top 1 futures straight to funded 50K account. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, guys, let's run it. This trade is chopping around the 60s, trading 63.60 again, 63.60 and a quarter. Can't figure out what it wants to do. Maybe we catch the W. All right, here we go, guys. We are closing out this form right now. Last chance, get it in, get it done. Random number generator is loaded up. We have always a last minute straggler that makes their way in. Congratulations to number 38. All right. Taking this off. Nice. Let's go ahead and refresh this. All right. We have between numbers 2 and 38 on the board. If you didn't throw a number in the chat, go ahead and throw it in now. Last chance to do that. You can't do it after I say it. Somebody did that last time, and it was really making me laugh. Started posting the number that I just said. That's not how it works. This is for a straight to funded 50K. And again, before I do it, just so you guys know, because everybody goes crazy in the chat, after you win, an email will come directly from Top 1 Futures. If you don't get an email from them, hit me up somewhere, Discord, IG, here, there, anywhere else. I will follow up with you. Also, I have your info. Comes straight from Top 1 Futures to give you the account. That's why you can't use somebody else's email and somebody else's name, because it goes to them and you can only have one account with Top 1 Futures. Otherwise, you're just going to get banned. So, let's get it rolling. We have numbers 2 and 38 on the board. Between numbers 2 and 38, random number generator is in. We have number 25. Nice even number 25 on the board today. Let's see what we got. Number 25. Let's see if somebody in the chat picked out number 25. We have how many 25s in the chat? 32, 3. No. We got a 26 there. We got a 20. Did nobody pick 25? Ooh. Uh-oh. Bunch of 23s. Scrolling. Oh, we do. We do have someone that picked 25. Ryad in the chat picked number 25. Let's see. We're going to see if that's his really lucky day. I scrolled all the way back through. Let's see. Yeah, he got number 25. There you are. I see. Let's see what we get. In the chat, Ryad is number 25. Is he the winner? We have number 25 on the board is, I'm sorry, Ryad. It's Daniel L. Daniel L. Username on YouTube is Daniel Lewin Music. If you're in the chat, say what's up, Daniel. Everybody else, congratulate Daniel. You are the winner of the 50K straight to funded pro account from Top 1 Futures. That is, there you go. There's the congratulations. You guys are great sports. Spam the chat for Daniel. Throw W's in the chat for Daniel, everybody. I can't listen. Let's see if we can get a W on this trade. We're still pushing to the upside. Wait a minute. We're breaking the upside, chat. We might get 2 W's. Back in profit here. Looking nice. Actually, I was in profit the whole time, but not looking too bad. Can we get a crack on this trade towards the 63.70s, 63.65, 63.70s? But we got W's in the chat for Daniel. Congrats, Daniel. Are you here? Can you claim this one? You don't, I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire. Nobody has to talk, but congrats, Daniel, on grabbing this one. Very well done. I'm going to go ahead, guys, because I have meetings after this. I'm going to take a quick look. Yeah, this looks good to the 70s. I'm going to let this come all the way back or hang on me. This is a W for now. If you were in something like this, you say, hey, Zach, 7.25 points, 30 ticks is enough for me. Congratulations, W for you. If not, and you're like me, you want to hold out for a larger win, you're going to let the thing come back on you, or you're going to grab the larger profit. A lot can happen between now and when I close this. Maybe we do something crazy. I miss a close. We see some crazy shift. We have news that would, I would go stop to break even. So I don't want to say this is going to be a big win or a big loss. Multiple different things can happen. But obviously, if we start to crack to the upside a little bit, I am going to grab this one. Again, 65s to 70s looking pretty good. We got liquidity all the way through to the 66s. So I do like that to the upside. I would love to see buyers try it. We come all the way back down. Probably going to hold it, but trade management on this as we really get further into the day, a lot can happen. So I don't like to say, unless I have a fixed take profit and fixed stop loss and I'm totally walking away, I don't like to say exactly what the trade's going to play out like. But I'll keep you guys updated, let you know what's in Discord. W's in the chat. Well done, guys. Very well done. Appreciate you. Everybody's been really cool on these live sessions and hyped up for the winners, even if they don't win themselves. Should I hang out for a minute? Watch this thing? Yeah, we'll hang out for a minute. Quick disclaimer. Oh, again, guys, I got a meeting coming. I got a meeting coming up. 10:56. We're coming into 11. Maybe we close it into the 65, 66s. We'll see. Quick disclaimer, guys. As we're watching this trade continue to run, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Most traders lose money. Trading is extremely risky. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day. Yeah, this thing is dragging, so we might start to come back down. I'm not going to sit and be late to a follow-up meeting. So we're going to see if we get a pop through the 66s, maybe just last ditch while I'm on the stream. We'll grab it. I would like to. Maybe. Let's see. Buyers want to try it. Getting a little volatile up here. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to this one, guys. You could call it a $400 W. You can call it an L. You call it whatever you want. I got to run, and I'm going to hang on to this for a little longer. So appreciate you guys hanging out. I wanted to see maybe we got a pop up. I'd get a close on this. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Remember, links down below. Check out Top 1 Futures if you want. Do your own research. Link to Bookmap down below as well, the tool that I'm using on the side, and the free Discord. We got streams coming up the rest of the week, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and more accounts to get given away. Talk to you guys soon. Trade well. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks a ton for being here.